Good morning. It's day 4 of these video diaries. It's about 10:15. Oh wow, it's not 10:15. It's 11:15. Yeah, so day 4 of taking Elvance. Day 4 of sharing my journey. And in terms of last night, I woke up once, this time a bit later, about 6:20, and was able to get back to sleep until my alarm went off. So that was a welcome improvement to kind of the previous 3 nights. I took my medication at the same time, so around 10 to 8. And I would say that kind of after about an hour, I just wasn't feeling as calm as I normally do. That might just be life getting in the way. But since then, I've been out for a walk, and the calmness is back to some degree. I really wanted to take a moment or a few moments to talk about what I am focusing on whilst I'm unemployed. I have had a job since I was 12. I had a local newspaper round. Was a big fan of the Paperboy video game, but that wasn't wasn't how I delivered papers back in the 90s. So I've had a job pretty much consistently since then, and this has been one of the longest periods where I haven't had full-time employment. I've done lots of different things in my career. However, say over the last 15 years, I've accumulated a wealth of knowledge around marketing. I went in at a very junior level, focusing on social media. I was a big advocate of social media, or kind of when it first blew up in the late noughties, 2008, 2009. So one of the things that I am focusing or have been focusing on is creating a platform so that I can share my knowledge about marketing. And that comes in the form of a website, or I do blogs. It comes in the form of long form kind of tutorial videos on YouTube, and then I do daily marketing tips on pretty much all of the social media channels. And I chose to do that because if I've got all this knowledge and I'm just holding on to it for me, I don't necessarily agree with that, and so I want to share. The other thing is that I am using that as a vehicle to potentially look at doing some consultancy work, some strategic work for small businesses, SMEs, helping entrepreneurs, founders with figuring out how to best utilize marketing when budgets are tight, especially with what's happening in the economy. And then I've thought about whether or not I want to continue pursuing those avenues, which at the moment I think that I do. But I also want to, coming back to my earlier point, I also want to help others. And so I'm spending my time looking for fractional roles whereby you can give your knowledge to companies that can't necessarily don't necessarily have the budget in order to hire someone with 15 years of experience on a full-time basis. So I'm looking for opportunities like that as well during the day. And then what I'm also keeping an eye out for is on job boards and by talking to recruiters that I've built relationships with, both from a hiring perspective into the teams that I have built previously, but also those recruiters that have helped me find work. I've been talking to them about the job market, about any potential opportunities that are coming up, and just making sure that I still have contact with my network. I'm a great believer in not burning bridges with anyone that you come across in your career or in your life. And yeah, at the moment I am acutely aware that if I go down the route of sharing my knowledge, at some point I need to be in a position where I can monetize that. Needing money to pay bills and to exist, then I need to find a way to balance these passion projects with kind of going back into working for someone else. It's an area that I am experienced in, that I'm excited by. Then I need to look seriously at those opportunities and look for opportunities to have conversations with hiring managers or the founders that may be building something. I'm kind of very open at the moment to the possibilities. I've always been someone that if I'm in, then I'm all in, and if I'm out, then I'm all out. So I don't tend to go into things unless I am 100% certain that I'm willing to go, you know, the extra mile. I don't. Work-life balance is important, but if you are in a job that doesn't feel like work because it's your passion and because you love it, then work and life can coexist quite nicely. At least that's what I think. And as long as there's flexibility in whatever direction I go, the setup needs to be balanced so that I can be present for important family events and yeah, things, school performances and what have you. But of learning about my neurodiversity and seeing the value in time, like our biggest commodity is time, or our most valuable commodity is time. And so I want to protect that as much as possible. And I believe that there is a balance to be had, and my focus is on finding it. Yeah, and I think the ADHD part of my brain needs pressure in order to really focus in on what's important. A lot of people may assume I'm just sitting around, feet up, enjoying, the sunshine. But that isn't the reality. The reality is I need structure, I need routine, and I'm doing those things whilst focused on the things that make my heart sing. I'm now going to stop procrastinating and I'm going to crack on with the rest of the day. There's plenty to do, as I've explained to you, and I'll check in with you later. Good evening. Checking in for the final time today. This afternoon, I had a structure that I wanted to follow, but I found myself bouncing between tasks within that structure, which was quite annoying because I was aware that it was happening. So then I'd get back on task, And yeah, I spent some of the day feeling quite melancholy as well. But yeah, I just wanted to not leave the day unfinished. And so I'm going to try and relax now, go to bed, and I'll be back tomorrow for day 5. Let's go. Whatever you're doing, have a great night. See you soon.